What's your morning routine? What are you doing here?
Getting up crazy early, trying to be healthy. That's a fridge full of veg. Top tip, prepare this the night before. That makes it easier for the morning. Yeah, each morning I wake up, pretty much make one of my smoothies if I'm home. It's all good. Unfortunately, I'm not home a lot. It's packed full of goodness.
What time is it?
5:06 a.m. Still early. It's the only way you can fit everything in, because once you're with clients, once you're delivering a program, you don't get any time for your own admin and stuff like that. So early is the only way. Get up early. Just good to have a few moments to wake up in the morning.
So, why are we making this video?
Because we can. No, we're making it because I think there's so many people out there who could make a really good trainer or consultant. I say speaker, but it's not really the way I look at it. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much life all the time. So I thought it'd be cool just to do behind the scenes and see if we can, just give people a better idea of what a day in the life of a trainer is or whatever. Yeah, so that's why we're doing it, I guess. And because it's fun. It's fun to do stuff like this. So cold, so early, right?
Where are we going? Which part of London?
We're going out to Shepherd's Bush. We're good.
Starting route to Westfield, London.
What is it that you do?
So I run a sales transformation company. Effectively, I help companies improve their revenues, whether it's a big company looking to increase by 7 figures, or just someone starting out, someone's very entrepreneurial in spirit, and they want to just get their business going and figure out how to start making an income from it.
What training are you doing today?
So today I'm working with a great group of people from all over the world, flying in from Africa, people from Asia, the Middle East, all parts of the globe. We're looking at leadership within their organisations. It's very specific, and again, skills that they'll actually have to go away and use. We've got a bit of bumpy cam here. So the road's very bumpy as we drive into West London today.
How did you end up doing this?
So I always wanted to train people, and that's what really started, is that probably 15 years ago I was working on board cruise ships. I started doing okay in the sales side of it. My manager said to me, Pete, it'd be really great if you could show the rest of the team how you do what you do. She said to me, it'd be really great if you could just share, how you sell, because I think it'll be useful for the rest of the team. So that's really where it started. I was doing a session for my colleagues, and I did pretty good after the training. And I remember thinking, wow, this is really fulfilling, to actually help people and to see an improvement in their performance. So then I went into more of a managerial training role on board the ships. But actually, when I moved to London, I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do, and I just knew that. It sounds kind of cliche, but I would do whatever it took to make it happen. And if you can't make something work in London, then I knew that I couldn't make it work anywhere. So London's the place to be. And yeah, I just kind of got to London. Made a lot of mistakes in trying to do it. Did training for free for companies. We'd go and speak at these business conferences. Made a lot of mistakes in trying to do it.
How many businesses have you helped now?
Well, now it's more than 400, which is amazing, really, considering just 5 years ago I was still figuring out how to get into my first corporate or business, and now literally it's hundreds almost every year. I think it's just over 400 mark we've had through the books now.
Okay, so why would somebody want to do your job?
You mean training and going into companies?
Yeah.
Well, it's really fulfilling. That's a positive, but I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. I think everybody's got their thing that they're good at. If you generally love to help people and make a difference, I mean, most people like to help people, right? Predominantly it's about if you have this particular skill, a really niche area that you can actually help businesses out in. This is what I do see quite a lot of, is that I think people like the idea of what I do, or someone like me does. So probably why we're doing this video today, because I think people see that you're on stage, or they see that you're out there doing your thing, and it all looks really wow. But the reality is that it's still a job in a sense, and I love it. I love it what I do. But yeah, I mean, right now the schedule's 7 days a week. It's relentless. You've got to constantly be giving and finding. You can't just come in with fluffy answers. You've actually got to have real skills and real tangible strategies that people can use when you do go into these businesses. So if you go in there with fluff, it's not really enough, But yeah, what's appealing about it? It's fulfilling. You get to travel, get to work on you, build your confidence. Like I'm a much more confident person now than what I was a few years ago. I've kind of had to build that confidence because every day is completely different. So yeah, it's about being adaptable to each environment. I do recommend it if you're willing to really understand what it takes in the sense of having a specific area that you can improve that business. We're here.
Hello.
Hey.
So now we're in West London. What are we doing here so early?
Because when you're training in a company or consulting, you really are giving like all your energy and all your attention to them. So we start today's training at 9 and we got here at 6:02, I remember, because I was still in the car. We got here though, sitting here at like 6:15, I think it was. It's 7 o'clock now. It's just really important. I think a lot of people, you know, like I said this earlier, that they see like the speaking side of it and the training side, and they're like, that's really cool. But it's really important to get the business side of it down. I've found through doing this, the only way I get my admin done, the only way I get, you know, on top of things and stay, you know, ahead of it is by arriving at the venue super early. Finding a place where I can sit and work, you know, just admin side of the business. Then I can relax. So for me, this is like meditation. It allows me to relax. It allows me to get focused for the day. I visualize what the day is going to go like as well. And I'm thinking about the people I'm working with, where they're from, how I can help them. So yes, that's why we're here crazy early. But it means I fall asleep about 9 p.m. as well to get up early. So we just arrived here at the venue, and this is where I'm going to be doing the training today. I've got a group of managers travel from all over the world to be here. So I'm excited, ready to work with them. So check out the training and I'll see you when we get finished. The theory, but I want you to put it into context, put it into how you can use it in your daily life. Wow, London traffic. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm used to it. It's just standard. I mean, a lot of the time people say, you know, you're crazy to drive in London, and so I will get the tube where I can. But this particular client, it's just easier to drive over. Believe it or not, it's actually not too bad. Have a look here; it's all red. Oh, now you can see the traffic.
Why do people want to be like a trainer, speaker? Like why?
I think because, being really honest, it just seems really cool, right? Isn't it a cool thing to be like training people or like speaking on stage? It's kind of like being I don't know, I could never sing, so I guess it's like that in a sense for people. On top of that, yeah, it just seems to hit that contribution gene that people say they want to make a difference, especially in today's world. It seems like it's a cool thing, you know. A lot of people want to do coaching, they want to do speaking, training is now a thing.
Yeah, but it's as easy as it looks.
No.
Why?
Well, the reality is, okay, so I set myself a target each year. I have to deliver 180 training days, and I've surpassed that this year. I'm on 186 training days for the year, which is fantastic. It's, you know, each of those are paid training days, going into companies, working with them. Training or consulting days. So yeah, 186 days so far throughout the year, which is cool. It's like any other job, you know. You got to do the work. You have to take it seriously. You have to run into proper business. You have to do your invoices, speak to your accountants, make sure there's enough money in the account at the end of the year that you haven't spent it all, so you can pay your tax and your VAT bill, or VAT bill quarterly. Yeah, and then just delivering their expectations. You know, the client is happy and that the staff are getting the right training. Even if you're not working with companies, you're working with, you know, in the personal development industry. If you want to do it properly, it's like anything else. You've got to work at it. Is it as easy as it looks? No. And then you get this, you know, a lot of traffic. Right now, by the way, I'm actually, this is a run up to Christmas. So I am delivering at the moment, so 24 days, that's including weekends, of speaking, training, consulting, no rest at all. You might think I'm crazy, but I have to do it that way because there's certain times of the year where it is a lot quieter and I get my rest then. But that's just the demand, you know, that's just the way that it goes. If you don't like people all that much, don't like travel, and doing the work, it's probably not for you. But I recommend people to go for it.
So if there was one solid piece of advice for someone that would like to get into this industry,
yeah,
what would it be?
I think to know that there isn't one piece of advice that's going to help them to get into the industry. And it's an ecosystem. You know, you cannot just be a great speaker or a great trainer and be successful. There's a lot of people out there. The market is totally saturated. You cannot just be, you know, really passionate and living on your purpose or whatever you want to call it. It's actually not even about those things. It's about looking at a business as, you know, you are a business. You want to do this as a personal brand. You have to take your brand seriously. And that means, you know, you form a limited company or you work as a sole trader if you want. You identify your target market. You look at what specific skill you can help them in or what problem you can solve for them. You know, you learn about that on a whole different level, so you really become like the go-to person. Although there are generalist trainers and speakers, that's fine. I've just always found that the more I niche, and then niche within a niche, and the more I really specialise, the greater results my clients get, most importantly, and the greater results that equals in my business. So yeah, the advice is just, this is not a quick fix, like it's not a quick win. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and get rich. Do it properly. Like any business, this is no different to if you wanted to open a coffee shop. This is no different if you wanted to, you know, start any business, insurance company, accountancy firm, whatever. You know, you have to take it seriously in order to get the proper results that you want. Home sweet home. You know what? Nothing beats at the end of the day getting home, putting on some sweatpants, putting on a hoodie, and well, having a bit of downtime as well. So yeah, I think you've got to strike that balance. That's the real success, isn't it? You can find that balance. So thank you for following me today. I really appreciate it, by the way. So I hope you got something from it, and whether you're interested in becoming a trainer or you're already doing it, or you're just following the video because it's been entertaining for you, I'm done. I'm watching TV.